We're in a world where digital has become normal, where even a word like disruption has become a normal word, and I believe we're still in the very early stages. In the last 10 years, we've seen that technology and economy has collided, and we've seen the creation of a number of new players, which are now actually the new normal. But we see it progressing every single day, where every single sector, and I take retail as an example, is now caught in this complete, utter change. And we see that digital is changing almost every aspect of our lives. And I think this is just the beginning. I believe in the next 10, 20 years, we're going to see disruption, not just because of digital, but we will see disruption in virtually every sector that we have, whether this is energy or food or agriculture, and yes, even construction. One thing is clear, you need to build a bigger lens to understand what is happening. I think we're now seeing an acceleration. Linear thinking is out. Nobody stays in their lane anymore. In the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, we saw two very interesting things. Sony, a maker of consumer electronics, introduced their own version of an electric autonomous vehicle. Sony was building a car. And Toyota, a manufacturer of automobiles, introduced the new concept of a smart city, which they call the woven city. This is a perfect example. Nobody stays in their lane anymore. And if you look at your sector, this is a McKinsey report that I absolutely love. They looked at all the different sectors and see how good they were at digitalization. And actually, the construction sector is the second worst on the list. There is one worse than you, that is hunting. So this is basically where you are. So the opportunities are huge. And if you see the opportunities that we have, and we've talked about some of them, I get really excited. Are we going to see more and more robots into this world? Absolutely. And even with Batibau at this moment, we've seen that a couple of these ideas are beginning to surface. We're going to see that the way that we create materials, that we build and print things, are fundamentally going to change. This is one of my favorite examples. This is carbon, which is basically capable of generating a complete construction out of a molten layer of plastic. This is Terminator-style activity, but it actually generates something that is as good as plastic molding. We're going to see that robots are capable of doing things that no humans could have done before. Is this going to happen at large? Especially in areas where you have huge demand to build new environments, we're going to see that. The way that we're going to construct and have the opportunities to keep constructing, just at any moment of the day, at any opportunity, these robots never get tired. We're going to see the opportunities because it is going to reduce costs. And I know who said it during the previous conversations, but what if Google would actually do that? Well, they already are. Alphabet, the parent company of Google, is now redefining the city of Toronto. Toronto, the city, is being redefined, and Google is helping them do that. And what they do is they do a data-driven approach. They learn all the behaviors of consumers and figure out how to combine that with sustainability and ecology. I think two fundamental things are happening. One is absolutely smart. We're going to see that smart becomes something that we attach to almost everything that is construction related. Smart homes, smart controls, smart mechanisms. And if we saw that 70% of the young people want smart as a label, smart is going to be a big part of how we address that. But it's not just smart products, it's smart design. It is using tools like BIM and beyond to make that happen. It's about smart construction and figuring out how to apply that data in your everyday work. But it's also going to be about smart ways to actually combine humans and machines. The second thing, next to smart, is friendly. You can build amazing products, but users still have to use it. User-friendly becomes one of the core elements. And not just user-friendly for the digital natives, no, even granny-proof technology that everybody is capable of using it. What is going to happen in the next couple of years is market innovation. You are capable of addressing more markets than you probably think of today. Is market innovation going to happen in the world of construction? Absolutely. And I take an example. We've seen the video of Artsen. Artsen is a great example. Artsen is a company that you know from their traditional business. But when they realized that they can move into new markets, they created a platform. They created Smart Yard, which is basically a platform where you can lease and rent equipment. And it's fascinating to see a company that knows their business going into a completely different market to innovate. The most challenging thing is model innovation, because the model that you know of construction might fundamentally change. Katerra is an excellent example. They build modular environments. These people come from the semiconductor, the electronics world, and they said, why don't we apply our knowledge of building computers and semiconductors and chips to the world of construction? The Katerra factory is basically a gigantic robot environment. It's a machine where wood comes in, they generate the prefab elements in CLT, and its output is the capability of generating buildings and houses in record time with more efficiency and probably 30 to 40% less effort budget than you can imagine. This is a company that is redefining the way we think about construction.